Oh hi, let's get right down to business. Seitan is a high-protein, plant-based meat alternative that can be used as a substitute in basically any recipe that calls for meat. Chicken, pork, beef, you name it. This particular homemade seitan recipe that I'm about to show you is especially great as a chicken or turkey substitute. And because it has a chewy, hearty texture, it absorbs marinades really well and also holds up for whatever you want to use it for. It's not gonna crumble and fall apart unless you want it to. We love a versatile queen. This recipe is based on the vegan turkey roast recipe by It Doesn't Taste Like Chicken, but I've switched up a few things and simplified it for my purposes. This comes together really quickly and you can make it ahead of time and save it for whenever you want to use it. So hopefully you're convinced by now. I actually just made this ball of seitan dough, if you want to call it that. I'll show you how I did it, and then we'll move on to the next and final step. This is a quick recipe. To form our seitan dough ball, we need 1 package of firm or extra firm tofu, drained, 3 tablespoons of nutritional yeast, 2 tablespoons of water, 1 tablespoon white miso paste, this adds a nice savory umami flavor. 2 teaspoons onion powder, 2 teaspoons vegan chicken broth powder. You could use a vegetable broth base here, but I like the chicken broth base. I find that it gives it more of the savory, meaty flavor I'm looking for. 1 teaspoon garlic powder, 1/2 teaspoon salt, 1/2 teaspoon dried thyme, and 1/4 teaspoon ground sage. And now in your food processor, using the S blade, we are just going to blend until smooth. This happens fast. You could also do this by hand, and if you want me to make a video demonstrating that, just let me know. I'm happy to. Today I'm going to use the food processor because it is convenient. That looks smooth to me. This is how I want it to look. I'm just going to scrape down the sides. Now it's time for the most important step. We're going to add 1½ cups of vital wheat gluten. Vital wheat gluten is the main protein component of wheat, which is what makes seitan high in protein. And because our recipe also has tofu, we're really doubling up on the protein. And now we're just going to blend again until it forms a ball in the food processor. Again, this will happen quickly. In the words of a younger Samuel L. Jackson, hold on to your butts. And there we have it. Now, admittedly, this is not quite a ball, but we can easily form it into one. Does it look like brains? Sure, yes. But it's vegetarian brains. The ball does not need to be perfect at this step, so don't stress. My cat is screaming. All right, we're ready to finish up our seitan. You will need a pot with a steaming basket. You can use one like this, or one that looks like this. Whatever you have. You just need some mechanism with which to steam. And you'll also need aluminum foil for this step. But for context, I've been a vegetarian for 18 years. And in that time, I've had my fair share of store-bought plant-based meat products. I've also witnessed the exponential growth of the plant-based industry in general over the last 18 years, which has meant so many more plant-based meat alternatives, simulated meat, fake meat, in the grocery store aisle than little X-teen ever could have dreamed of. Well, imagine. 14-year-old me was eating a lot of mozzarella sticks and French fries at restaurants because there just weren't the same vegetarian options there are today. And also, I didn't know how to cook. It was bleak. So all of the new meat alternatives were super exciting at first, and don't get me wrong, I do still enjoy them, but at the same time, most of them are highly processed, and sometimes you just want to know exactly what's in your food. So long story short, that's part of the reason I learned to make my own seitan. Let's finish it up. Spread out a piece of aluminum foil that'll be big enough to wrap around your ball of seitan. Place the seitan onto the aluminum foil and pat it into a ball shape once more. Again, it doesn't need to be perfect. Wrap up the ball of seitan in the aluminum foil so it's nice and secure, but it doesn't need to be super tight or anything. I'm going to do 2 layers of tin foil for good measure. Looks good to me. Now remove the steaming basket and pour a couple of inches of water into the bottom of your pot. Put the steaming basket back in and place the wrapped up ball of seitan inside. I'm going to turn the heat on medium-high for a couple of minutes, let this get up to a boil, and then turn it down to medium and just let it steam for about an hour or until the internal temperature of our seitan ball reaches 160 degrees Fahrenheit. Fahrenheit. Okay, it's been an hour. Let's check the temperature. Woo! My thermometer was being weird, but we're there. It's at like 176. But you don't need to stress because you can't really oversteam seitan. So if you go over temp, don't worry about it. It's fine. Now we just need to let the seitan cool completely. But for the best texture, we want to let it set up in the fridge overnight. So that's what I'm going to do. And I'll show you how it looks tomorrow. And I'm just going to put it in the fridge as is in the tin foil. See you tomorrow. Okay, it's the next day. Let me show you how this looks. Here we go, the moment we've all been waiting for. Ta-da! That's a ball of seitan. Let me slice into it so you can see the texture. Let's just go right down the middle, why not? Ooh, beautiful. This is exactly what we want it to look like. And now this is ready to use. Let me just slice off a little piece and I'll do a little taste test. Yep, tastes like seitan. It's delicious. I mean, it's pretty plain on its own, but it's ready to use. You can either use it immediately or store it in the fridge for up to 3 days, or freeze it and then it'll last even longer. Several months. If you are gonna freeze it, just make sure to thaw it out overnight in the fridge before you wanna use it. I'm going to use mine immediately. I'm going to make the New York Times pesto pasta soup recipe with turkey and spinach, but I'm going to make it vegan using this seitan instead. And that's gonna be my next video, so stay tuned. I hope this was helpful. Subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. Happy seitan season, which is all year long.